check out the Stormy design by Martin Story. I was home at Christmas time and I had gifted one of my sister-in-laws a Stormy, um, I guess you call it a poncho. And my other sister-in-law saw it and she was like, wow, great, great outfit. And then when she found out I made it, she said, "Oh, I love that. I so love it." And I said, "Okay, you want me to make you one?" And so I did. This is my second Stormy. And the Stormy calls for uh, chunky weight yarn. They call for 6 millimeter needles, a US 10, and I made a couple of changes on this Stormy. I'll show you the first Stormy that I made, and I will give you footage of this Stormy on the screen. So the first Stormy that I made had a large collar, and the actual Stormy does have a big collar. But when making this for my second sister-in-law, I had had a conversation with her, and there were some changes that she definitely wanted. So first of all, I made this Stormy with 100% premium acrylic, and the reason I chose to do that is because she's allergic to wool. So I used a Lion brand Pound of Love, and it turned out really, really soft. It was a nicer acrylic yarn. And I also didn't put on the large collar of the Stormy. I just finished the edging and I let it roll at the collar, as you can see in the video and also in the pictures. So let me tell you a little bit about the construction of the Stormy. You start right away with a number of stitches that you cast on. It's a large rectangle. There is no ribbing or edging. You just start right into the pattern. The pattern is a repeat pattern. It has some nice vertical lines on it. And I think I did change something in the pattern because I think it says purl two together, and I was on a knit side. I just knit two together. Maybe I changed up the pattern a bit, but it worked out fine in the first Stormy, and I did the same in the second Stormy. Another change that I did with this Stormy is I cast on the number of stitches that they required, but I added 2 at the front and I added 2 at the end of the row. And the reason I did that is because I wanted an I-cord edge finishing. And I knit exactly the length that they recommended, and I seamed it at the one edge, left it open from the fold to that section. They tell you a number of centimeters to leave it open so it can pop over the head, and then it sits a little bit angular, as you can see in the photos and video there. One thing I can tell you that I did different, and I did this with both of them, I didn't mattress stitch the seam at the shoulder and down the arm. I had seen on Instagram where somebody had placed 2 knitted fibers, 2 knitted pieces of fabric together, and without using any yarn, just a crochet hook, they went in on the right and picked up a stitch, then went over to the left, picked up a stitch, and pulled it through. Back to the right, picked up a stitch, pulled it through. Back to the left, picked up a stitch, and pulled it through. And they went back and forth from the right to the left, not using any yarn, just picking up from the edge. So I did that, and I was picking up from the I-cord edging, and I went all the way along, and then at the end I used some yarn to tie it off and finish it at that end. It is a very tight, I guess, seam then. It doesn't have a lot of give to it, but it looks really good from the front and on the inside. So I was really happy. I had done that with the first one, and I thought, I'm going to do this again, and it worked out great. With the first Stormy was 100% wool. This one was 100% acrylic, and it worked out for both of them. There's not a lot of give to the seam, but it's solid and it's there, and it does have a lot of pull on it because it's the seam at the shoulder and the arm as you wear the Stormy. I didn't learn anything new. Well, I learned that seaming, that was something new, but the rest of it, it's a pretty simple repeat knit. Yes, you can memorize it. You don't need to keep the pattern in front of you. It's a great thing to do in front of the TV or in a knit circle when you're on the phone listening to a book. You don't have to do a lot of concentration. So it's a great knit for doing other activities at the same time. Would I make this Stormy again? Well, I do have more sister-in-laws, so I could end up making it again. And if I do, I don't mind too, because it's a fabulous piece. It looks amazing. And if you don't want to knit a sweater, but you want something warm and cozy, check out the Stormy design by Martin Story.